Hey guys, it's me Jordan, and I've honestly been very reluctant to make a vlog regarding these recent events. But I feel like if I didn't at least speak about what's been going on lately, I felt like I was going to implode. And it was also the matter of me trying to word this, so I don't look like an awkward idiot, and so that I don't say the wrong thing, as it were. So I'm going to try my best to get through this completely unscripted video, trying to cover all the bases, give my opinion, and also talk about the stuff that I've heard regarding the issue. And I must tell people that in regards to what I'm about to say in light of these events, to just take them with a grain of salt. Don't take my word for anything I'm about to say, because I just don't know. I've heard it from other people. I'm not an expert on any of this. I'm just here to talk about, how things are on my end. So the talk of the internet recently has been the coronavirus, or COVID-19. And I'm going to be honest, I have a bit of a confession to make. I didn't really treat the whole thing as that big of an issue. I just ignored it and, dismissed it as, a bunch of hysteria made by the media. And I'm honestly wishing it was, because for starters, it wouldn't be that big of a surprise. But I've come to realise that this thing is as big of a deal as a lot of people are making it out to be. We've already had a few deaths, and I've also heard that Europe has been suffering the worst from the virus. And I've heard that here in Australia, that there are a few cases here in Australia. A lot of them have recovered, and a few of them have died. So compared to other places, we're in the minimum casualties. But once again, don't take my word from it. I'm just going off what I've heard from other people. And what's really been worrying me about the virus, aside from the fact that I can't, hang out with my friends or travel anymore, which is going to make filmmaking difficult, that was just the tip of the iceberg. The worst part of this whole thing I found was, even after it's over, our economy is going to be suffering greatly from it in the long run. And I can't even begin to imagine how other countries are going to be suffering after this is all over. My main worry wasn't if it's going to be over, because I'm sure it's going to be over quite soon. At least I hope it is. My main concern is, after it is over, there's probably going to be a lot of collateral damage, as it were. But I'm hoping it's something that we might not be... I'm hoping it's something that can be easily fixed. I just hope so. I'm not really an expert in that field. And that's kind of where most of the worry comes from. The lack of any foresight is what's most frightening about this. But in terms of how this whole issue has affected me personally, I'm sorry if this comes off as self-centered, but I just felt that with this virus going around, I can't take public transport anymore because a lot of people have been intentionally trying to spread the virus through there, and I just don't want to risk it. and that means I can't really hang out with my friends or to make the videos that I want to make, because I did have a few videos that I needed all the other people to help me with, but that's going to be rather difficult in light of those recent events. So I'm going to try my best to fulfill the video quota for this year. I've already got a skit in the works which will be uploaded on June. As for August, October and December, that's still up in the air. I'm hoping I can make some self-produced skits just to just until this whole thing clears up. And I think, just to look on the bright side of things, I think being, okay, just a quick heads up, Australia hasn't entered the lockdown phase yet, but I have been instructed by a lot of people to stay indoors for the most part. And just to look on the bright side of things, that'll give me a chance to really hone my skills in drawing and animating, because I do have a few animations in the works, which I hope to produce shortly. And I'm trying to really, cling on to this silver lining, and trying to make the best of this situation. And you might have noticed as well, all two of you that watch my videos, and for those who don't watch the videos, I can't exactly blame you. The gaming channel hasn't seen too much videos. That will change shortly. I've just been busy with other things, and who knows, there might be a bit of a change in schedule, but I haven't really decided yet. So, yeah, I'm trying to stay productive in light of these recent events, just until everything blows over and we can all go back to our customs. And I'm actually really looking forward to when that day comes, because, and I'm sure this is something we can all unanimously agree on, we all love to travel, unless you're introverted, in which case, I'm not judging. So, yeah, so I'm trying to stay healthy, I'm trying to stay sanitized, practice hygiene, sneeze and cough into my elbow, and I'm also, there's also the issue of people who have lost their jobs and have been forced to stay at home, a home that they can barely sustain financially, and it is tragic. And I'm actually one of the lucky ones whose workplace has not entered lockdown yet. I'm trying to endure the work I do there, just so I can get a disposable income and hopefully some money for a rainy day. And I think, just to get a little rant off my chest, I think one of the worst things about this whole situation isn't just shit from our government, although that is a big part of it, but probably the worst part of it all are these out-of-touch celebrities who have no idea whatsoever about what it's like to be part of the working class. They don't know what it's like to be financially unstable. They don't. The fact that they have the gall to say that they have no difficulty staying in their mansions, which they can easily pay off everything with, and these people who don't live in mansions, who live in regular houses, which even then they're unable to sustain, it just kind of infuriates me. It just comes off as very disingenuous and very condescending, if I'm being honest. But I'm trying my best not to look at the negatives, and I'm sorry you guys have to see this rant. I really don't want this vlog to be too grim or too morose. I just want to get some shit off my chest. So, before I make too much of a tit of myself, I'm just gonna get to the bottom line. I don't know what to say about this whole COVID-19 case. I'm not really an expert in any field, be it medical or political or whatever. All I can tell you are my worries, my grievances, and how I'm trying to make the best of it. And I'm still trying to stay productive. I'm still trying to get some content out, and I'm still trying to use this time not to. I'm trying my best not to use this time to get all depressed. Although, shamefully, that's what I found myself doing. But I'm trying to pick myself up and get this wagon moving. And yeah, I know this COVID-19 virus doesn't just affect me. I'm not saying it does. There's a lot of people who are just as there are people out there who are just as worried and scared as I am about different things, about probably bigger things than whatever I'm worried about. But I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you about things from my perspective, and I do feel for those who have also been rather impacted by these events. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. Once again, I was afraid of saying the wrong things, and I'm sorry if I said anything that came off as insensitive or self-centered. This vlog is just here to tell people how I feel about the whole thing, and all I can hope is that we all make it out of this with little to no sacrifices, because as it is, we've had a lot of deaths, and our economy is probably going to suffer greatly. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? So I might as well end it here. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, feedback is appreciated, and as always, have a good one and stay healthy.